As children, many of us look toward adulthood with eager anticipation. The world of grown-ups seemed filled with promise, endless freedoms, independence, and the power to make our own choices. We imagined days without imposed bedtimes, meals whenever we wanted, and the ability to decide for ourselves who we would become. At its heart, childhood is a waiting room for adulthood, buzzing with expectations of control and self-determination. Childhood is often likened to a sandbox, a defined space where we learn social rules, negotiate friendships, and experience both kindness and cruelty. Bullying, exclusion, and competition are unfortunately familiar features of these early years. Yet as we step into adulthood, we discover that the sandbox simply expands. The boundaries may be less obvious, but the fundamental social dynamics remain. Workplaces, community organizations, and even family gatherings can become arenas for adult versions of bullying, gossip, and power struggles. The players may be older, but the games are strikingly similar. We expect adults to have outgrown the petty behaviors of childhood, yet bullying persists in more subtle and sometimes more damaging forms. Adult bullies may wield authority, manipulate relationships, or use exclusion as a weapon. Unlike children, they may have greater resources or influence, making their actions harder to confront and their impact more profound. The workplace bully, the domineering neighbor, or the controlling relative all echo the playground tormentor, reminding us that age does not automatically confer emotional maturity. But why do some adults continue to engage in negative behaviors even when they recognize the harm caused? Psychology suggests several reasons. Habits formed in childhood can be deeply ingrained, patterns of thought and action that feel comfortable even when they are destructive. The human brain tends to resist change, favoring the familiar over the uncertain. Additionally, negative behaviors can serve as coping mechanisms, offering a sense of control or relief from internal discomfort. Change requires self-awareness, vulnerability, and the willingness to confront uncomfortable truths, qualities that are challenging for anyone, regardless of age. Often, those who bully or belittle others are wrestling with their own insecurities. Psychological projection is a defense mechanism in which individuals attribute their own unwanted feelings or traits onto someone else. An adult who feels powerless may seek to dominate others to regain a sense of control. Similarly, those burdened by self-doubt may criticize or undermine others, hoping to alleviate their own discomfort. These behaviors rarely reflect the true worth of their targets. Instead, they reveal the internal struggles of the aggressors. If you're like me, you may be asking yourself why it's so hard to change. Why can't the people who seem so unhappy work to better themselves rather than project their hate at others? Personal growth is a journey fraught with uncertainty. The fear of change can keep adults trapped in patterns that no longer serve them. Admitting fault, seeking help, or adopting new behaviors requires courage and humility. For some, the prospect of changing is overshadowed by the fear of losing their identity, status, or comfort. These psychological barriers highlight why transformation is difficult, but they also remind us that change is possible and worth pursuing. In the face of adult bullying, maintaining self-worth is essential. Strategies include cultivating self-awareness, setting healthy boundaries, and seeking supportive relationships. Practicing self-compassion and acknowledging that our struggles do not define us can buffer against negativity. Mindfulness and reflection help to center us in our values rather than the judgments of others. Engaging in activities that bring fulfillment and joy strengthens our sense of identity and purpose. Remember, resilience is not about never being hurt. It is about recovering, growing, and remaining true to yourself. The journey from childhood to adulthood is not a simple escape from social challenges. Instead, we discover that the dynamics of the sandbox persist, reshaped by age and circumstance. Yet, adulthood offers new opportunities, the freedom to choose how we respond, the wisdom to understand ourselves, and the courage to change. In facing adult bullies, remember that their behavior reflects their struggles, not your value. Stand firm in your self-worth, nurture your resilience, and continue to grow. The promise of adulthood is not freedom from adversity, but the ability to rise above it and remain unapologetically yourself.